Welcome back. All new at 10 o'clock. Our crews were alongside the vice president every step of the way as she touched down in Greenville. A time slot many of you were curious about surrounds a closed-door meeting where the VP and officials discussed voting rights. And so we gathered information from the White House and tracked down some of the people who were at that meeting, since at first details were very secretive. They were kept very close to the vest in all of this.
Yeah, press not even allowed at this event. Fox Carolina's Matt Kaufax joins us live. And Matt, what did you find out about this private meeting?
Yeah, well, Tori, Shell, voting rights has been a very hotbed issue since the 2020 election came to a close. I found out that the vice president met with voting rights activists, local leaders here at the Kaneholter Family YMCA on Cleveland Street in Greenville. It was her first ever on-the-ground roundtable conversation of this tour. I got a chance to speak with people on both sides of this very divisive topic.
Reverend Telly Lynette Gadsden says her meeting with the vice president was the first of its kind on her tour.
Vice President Harris was very clear that she wants to hear what's going on the ground.
The White House says the VP talked with Greenville leaders about strengthening election infrastructure and expanding voting rights.
The opportunity to vote is the opportunity to share our voice. And the fastest way to put us on mute is to put at a disadvantage our opportunity to vote.
Gadsden comes from a civil rights background and says she agrees with those like the VP who say new laws passed in many states after November unfairly target minority communities and make it more difficult for everyone to vote.
We have to also be able to speak truth to power and understand that discrimination comes in all forms, on all levels.
In South Carolina, the legislature took up a bill in April that would allow state senators to approve or reject the governor's appointments to the State Election Commission.
We want to make sure that everyone can vote, but we want to make sure that a vote belongs to the person who is supposedly casting the ballot.
Nate Loip with the Upstate 4th District GOP says he supports the new measures and believes that temporary laws passed due to the pandemic should not be the new normal. Democrats in Congress are currently pursuing two bills which would see voting laws expanded in many ways.
Extending the voting times and hours, that's fine. But there's other things that just open voting up to fraud.
Loip says he and others believe the VP's time could have been better spent somewhere else.
Seemed like quite a waste of time when she's needed down at the border.
Now, although there are two very, very different arguments on either side of this that you just heard, both Gadsden and Loip told me that no matter who you support politically, there is a common theme here, and that is realizing the importance of local elections and how election and voting law, election supervision changes can impact those local municipal elections in your community, no matter how big or how small an area you live. In Greenville tonight, Matt Kaufax, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.